Welcome to the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. Here's your host, Brien Hanley.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is your man, Big B, Brien Hanley. Welcome back to Big 12 Insiders. Ladies and gentlemen, football is officially back. Now, I know that week 0 technically kicked off the college football season, but you know what? It's week 1. Every team in the Big 12 is playing this weekend, starting on Thursday, going all the way to Monday. I can't be more excited, ladies and gentlemen. Football is officially back. It is back, and I am overly excited about it. Can't tell you how much, man. Big 12 action. We're going to discuss all the games, like I said, from Thursday to Monday. Keep in mind, I have 5 marquee games that we're going to cover at the end of this. So make sure you stick around to the end so we'll discuss those games. Everybody plays, but there are 5 games to me that are more important in the Big 12 than the others. I think we probably can all agree, but don't worry. We'll cover every game. But there are 5 spotlight games that we're going to talk about today. But before we get into any of that, remember to like, follow, subscribe, continue to get in the comments section like you guys always do, and hit that notification bell so you know exactly when Big 12 Insiders content comes out. So let's get into this. And again, as I mentioned, I'm not going to skip your game. If, hey, you play on Thursday and I didn't talk about it being on a Thursday, remember, 5 spotlight games. So it's at the end. Make sure you guys stick around. Let's kick it off. Thursday, we got UCF hosting Jacksonville State. Scott Frost, kicks off his second stint there. They're favored by 19 points. I've seen it up to 22. It's going to take a little bit for UCF to get their roster up to snuff, I think. But Scott Frost is a decent football coach. If he can get it figured out, if he can build up those relationships again like he did the first time, it'll be fine. Tonight's game won't be a struggle, though. I think, and I'm not saying they're going to beat them by 40 points, but I think they'll win handily to get the new era, the Scott Frost 2.0 started on the right track. Oklahoma State breaking in basically a new regime, all new coaching staff, a ton of transfers. Hoss Haney, new quarterback, named the starting quarterback. Now, we've seen Mike Gundy play multiple quarterbacks for multiple weeks. I think he probably does that again today. Who knows? Big favorites, 23.5. We'll see what it looks like with Oklahoma State. It's going to be brand new. Like I said, new coaching staff, a ton of new players, new quarterback, but we'll see what's going on with the Oklahoma State Cowboys. They shouldn't have a problem. Houston hosting Stephen F. Austin tonight, 22.5-point favorite. Connor Wegman comes in as a quarterback. Willie Fritz has got this program going in the right direction, people. He does. Bowl game. I think it's bowl game or bust at Houston this year. They may be having their sights set on something maybe a little bit higher. Who knows? Having said all of that, they shouldn't have any problems tonight. Those are the Thursday games. Remember, those aren't all the Thursday games. We got spotlight games that we're talking about at the end. So on Friday, one game right now to cover. KU, no line against Wagner. I suspect everybody that's eligible to play for KU on the game tomorrow, they're going to play. They shouldn't have any problems with Wagner. KU's got bigger fish to fry next week. So on Saturday, there is West Virginia, Rich Rod 2.0 against Robert Morris, no line there. In this game, we're going to play a lot of guys. I know West Virginia fans, I think they're going to be excited because they want to see this thing get back rolling for the Mountaineers. So shouldn't have any problems there with Robert Morris. Iowa State comes back home after, a solid win over Kansas State and Dublin, Iowa. They take on South Dakota, 15.5. I've seen it up to 18.5. Either way, I don't suspect that they are going to struggle. They may start slow, maybe a little jet lagged. Who knows? But they'll win this game handily. They're a better football team. Kansas State hosting North Dakota, kind of licking their wounds a little bit from a loss to Iowa State. But they shouldn't jump off the bandwagon. Fans have gone berserk at Kansas State thinking the season's over. It's not. A lot of football left. They need to get back on track. 28.5-point favorites here. I mean, get out to a good start, a fast start. They shouldn't have any problems there. Texas Tech, no line, hosting Arkansas Pine Bluff. I think there's a lot of people, not just in the Big 12, but everywhere, that are going to be looking at this Texas Tech team. Are they some of the best teams that money can buy? I know that sounds a little derogatory sometimes when people say it, but Ohio State did the same thing to win a national championship last year. So it is what it is. That's the way college football, college athletics in general are. I don't blame Texas Tech one bit, but can it be a team that can compete for a Big 12 title? We'll see. They kick off on Saturday. BYU, big. I mean, look, they're Portland State. I get it, but 43.5. I mean, should there even be a line on this football game? Let's just be serious. Having said that, BYU, new quarterback, freshman, going to be out there. We'll see what happens. BYU still they're a very physical football team. At least they were last year. Got a lot back. Good football team. They're not going to have any problems on Saturday. They're just tuning up. Arizona State hosting Northern Arizona, 28.5-point favorites. A lot to be excited about with Arizona State. A ton coming back. Confident football team. We talked to our man, Chris Cartman, who covers the Sun Devils for 24/7 Sports, man. He says this team is a confident football team. Little disappointed in how last year ended, and with so many guys coming back, they should be dangerous this year in the Big 12, but shouldn't have any problems on Saturday. Then we got Arizona hosting Hawaii. Hawaii's riding a little high right now, but we'll see. 17.5-point favorites at home. We'll see what Arizona can do. They gotta to get things rolling there at Arizona, man. They just do. They gotta get this thing moving in the right direction. They had it going. Coaching change didn't work out last year. Let's hope that was just a blip on the screen for Arizona. Look, they have a better team than Hawaii, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Okay, let's get to the 5 spotlight games of the week in the Big 12. First off, tonight, Cincinnati playing against Nebraska. It's at Arrowhead Stadium. Huge opportunity for the Bearcats, ladies and gentlemen. People believe that Nebraska can possibly compete for a Big Ten title. I don't think there's any chance that Nebraska is going to do that. I'll be quite honest with you. Now, here's the thing. Because of that, this is why I think the game is so big, is because if Cincinnati goes in there and wins, people are saying they believe Nebraska is going to be good. Matt Rule, hey, everywhere he's been, his 3rd year, the team is really good. Well, if Cincinnati can go to Arrowhead Stadium and eke out a win or even play well, that bodes well, number one, for them, but it shows, okay, maybe the Big 12 is not as bad. And that's why I think this is a big matchup. You get your opportunity against a Big Ten school, a good or supposedly good Big Ten school. Let me clarify that. And here's your opportunity right here. I don't know if Cincinnati's going to win this game. Nebraska's favored by 7. So I don't know that they're necessarily going to win. But if I had to pick somebody, I would pick Cincinnati to cover. I would do that. But, I mean, covering and all that stuff, that doesn't mean a hill of beans when it comes to college football playoff wins and losses. So I think Cincinnati's got a big opportunity here, not only for themselves, but for the Big 12 conference. Big game tonight on national TV. Go out there and play well, Bearcats. You got your opportunity. Friday, Baylor host Auburn. Look, I said that I thought Baylor was going to blow them out. And because people perceive Auburn to be a little bit better than what they are. And it's an SEC team, and you know how that goes. It's just your SEC, they predict you to win 9-10 games if you're Auburn. Now, Baylor's got some injuries. You know, they've got some injuries to their backup running backs, the secondaries, and Auburn's got some good receivers. The thing about that is I just don't trust Auburn's quarterback. You know, we've seen it. He was at OU, but we'll see. I'll back off of Auburn blowing them out. Having said that, I still expect Baylor to win the game. Or not Auburn blowing them out, Baylor blowing them out. I apologize. But I still think Baylor wins this football game. I think Baylor is the better team. They're at home. Again, another spotlight game for the Big 12 and an opportunity to show people, look, man, we play good football here. And I understand that the narrative, if Baylor wins, will be, well, Auburn's not that good. I understand that. I totally do. But as of right now, people are thinking Auburn is going to be a pretty good football team. So Baylor needs to go win. Just go win the game, man. Shut it all down. Shut all that nonsense up. Not to mention, Baylor's supposed to be pretty good. I think that gets lost on a lot of people. That Baylor has a lot coming back and is supposed to be a good football team. Go win. You got an opportunity. Go win. Not just it's a good opportunity, great opportunity for you, but also the Big 12. Go win the football game. Another one on Friday, Colorado hosting Georgia Tech. Now, Colorado fans have been up in arms at me, at anybody who says basically they weren't a good or a physical football team last year. Colorado was really good last year, but they weren't a physical team. Everybody knows that. I mean, you could just watch and see that they weren't. They didn't. That's not how they won football games. Coach Brien understood that, and he went out and got a better offensive line. Is it going to be better? We have to see it, because they did that a couple years ago. They did that again last year. Is it going to be better this year? It's supposed to be. On paper, it should be. And I'm here for it. Coach Brien said we've got to win a different way this year. Well, that's him saying that we've got to win being a more physical football team. I am all for it. And Georgia Tech, while, look, not necessarily the best team in the ACC, they bring and play a physical style of football. Is it the best style? Are they the best team? No. But I think this is, again, another opportunity for the Big 12, but a big opportunity for Colorado to change that narrative of people saying you're not physical. Well, here's your opportunity. Go be physical. Go win this game. Georgia Tech is favored on the road, 4.5 points. You want to change the narrative, Colorado Buffs? Here's your chance, my man. It's a big opportunity. Go beat it. And again, it's not that Georgia Tech is unbeatable. Nobody's claiming that Georgia Tech is some crazy good football team. But again, it's the perception. A lot of people think that Georgia Tech has an opportunity to be in the ACC championship for whatever that's worth. Okay, great. But we saw both teams in the ACC championship last year made it to the college football playoff. Perception sometimes is reality, people. You want to be taken seriously, Colorado. You want to be known as a more physical football team. Here's your opportunity. Go do it. Go do it. Because, again, just because you predict somebody somewhere in a conference doesn't mean you don't think everybody's good. I think Colorado can be a good football team, but they got to go prove it. Tonight's Friday night's first opportunity. I hope it gets done. Saturday, Utah at UCLA. Look, I guess UCLA is supposed to be better. We'll see. I think Utah is going to be better. I think that defense is going to be rowdy. I think that defense is going to be riled up and ready to play football. I think the offense may take a quick second to get going. I think it might take a series or two. But once they settle into the football game, I think Utah is going to be fine. First off, they're better than UCLA. Okay, let's just start there. And while UCLA, they're in the Big Ten, does everybody really consider them as of now, like this crazy Big Ten? They're not what people look at when you think of being in the Big Ten. They're just not. And part of that is because they're just not very good. Haven't been very good for several years now. So I think Utah needs to go handle them. Now, the spread, Utah -7. Okay. It's on the road, but Utah's not going to be intimidated by going to the Rose Bowl. I mean, look, UCLA, it's the summertime, Friday night, Los Angeles, or Saturday night, in Los Angeles. There's a lot of things to do in LA besides go to a UCLA football game, man, especially when they don't think the team's going to be very good. There'll be a lot of Utah fans there. I suspect Utah goes there and handles business pretty handily. And then the last game of the weekend, it's on Monday. TCU travels to North Carolina. Bill Belichick and all the craziness this offseason, his first college football game. North Carolina will be better. So I don't want people to think that North Carolina is just going to be a pushover. They will be better because they're going to be a better coached football team. Think what you want about Mac Brown. He was more of an overseer. Bill Belichick is that too, but Bill Belichick is a football mind. Having said all of that, TCU is better than North Carolina, and you need to go and prove it. This is one of those games where, okay, you're going to an ACC team, an ACC school, and you just have to go beat them. Spreads TCU -3. I think you're better than that, and I think you need to go prove that. I think this spread is basically saying a lot of people don't believe in TCU right now. They need to see it. A 9 football win team from a year ago that brings a lot back going on the road to North Carolina, who wasn't very good, made a coaching change, -3. So it's basically a pick'em game because you always get 3 at home. I'm like, I don't know. I think TCU has an opportunity to make a statement. Again, not saying North Carolina is great, but you need to go put the foot, to North Carolina. You need to go step on them a little bit. Don't turn the football over. Don't make a bunch of mental mistakes on the road. We've seen TCU do that in the last couple of years. It's time to get back to what TCU can be. And I think you have an opportunity here. I think you have a real opportunity to make a big statement in this game. And again, it's not so much North Carolina is so great. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on the game. So go win. Again, it's on Monday night. There's no football game on. It's you. So go win. Go win. So that's what's going on this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, in the Big 12. Again, I'm excited. I think there's extreme importance on those 5 spotlight games that I told you guys about. It's important that the Big 12 puts up a good showing. I'm not saying they have to win every single one of those games, but they need to look good in every single one of them. And the majority of them, they need to win. Cincinnati, they need to look good. They need to look good. Baylor, I think Baylor needs to win. Colorado, I think Colorado needs to win. Utah, I think, is going to win. So clearly, I think they're going to win. And TCU, same thing. So everybody needs to play well. 4 of the 5 need to win. And I think the emphasis is on Baylor and on Colorado. Those 2 have to go win those football games, especially Colorado, because Colorado, I think, is getting a little bit disrespected. -4.5 at home. I think they're being a little bit disrespected. So go smack around those Yellow Jackets a little bit, man. So appreciate you all being in here. Thanks, everybody, for all the support, all the comments, good or bad, man. We're just getting started. Football's just getting started. I cannot wait. Tomorrow, we will have the game of the week in the Big 12. We will be emphasizing that. Make sure you guys stick around for that one. We will talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Thank you for watching the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. This has been a Spirit Street production.